Okay, sorry about that, folks. For anyone that is coming back in, sorry about that. Looks like there was a break in the let's see here. All right, so let me go ahead, get the game back up. So for some reason, my Wi-Fi adapter decided that it didn't want to cooperate and play nice, temporarily. As you can tell, things are back up, I believe. So real quick, did a quick change in the category since going to play through the game a little bit, and then if I do end up hopping back onto the poll, might change things up there, but obviously I'll be doing some poll stuff as well. So anyone that is trickling back in, I'm so sorry about the break in the action there. Just clearing things out. For a second there, I was like, connection, checking on my connection while trying to get back, and it ended up saying connection failed, and I'm like, oh my god, did like they hate the Kaine cosplay and just decide to throw me out throw me out again? It does not appear as though that is the case, so we are good to go there. And let me check something over here real quick, just for the sake of checking things out. And sorry about that, I just felt like making some food for my roommate and her niece, so did a quick little thing there. That's why it was attending business. Unfortunately, I don't have the ability to do like a wireless webcam stream from the kitchen over to the streaming computer, so I didn't end up going with that and doing like a kitchen stream. Plus, that could potentially be a little bit weird, given that the dogs would probably destroy things, as well as the just having the roommate and her niece privacy invaded. Don't want to necessarily do that. So, for anyone that's coming back, thank you for sticking around, and thank you for trickling back in. Let me check something out over here real quick. Let's put on some music in the background just so you guys have something to vibe to. Hopefully. But yeah, I did have the minor concern of, oh my god, did they just decide to shut down Trixie again? It does not appear as though that's the case, though. All right. So there we go there for the chill music, and let's go ahead and hop back into the game a little bit. Actually, you know what? Since I was away for a little bit, let's actually go ahead and find something to listen to, and let's do a couple of spins. I was able to wash my hands, so I should be able to get a good grip while doing some of the tricks. So real quick, for anyone just dropping in, welcome, welcome. And let's do... Now, let's go for some... Darn monitor. One of these days, I swear, I'm gonna actually be able to do something successfully. Ah! Maybe? Where did you go? And so it ended up dropping down somewhere. Well, I guess I'll be dancing without any music for a moment. Unless we got... this. Okay, so it looks like we are okay there. There we go. Not the focus, darn it. Oh well. Just another moment. My hands are deciding that they want to rebel yet again. I didn't grab those things back. One moment. Let's change things back. Seasoning wise, good shrimp, bad shrimp. Alright. So better than the last batch?
Yeah. Whatever that brand was, but it's not.
I think also the last batch might have been a little bit like old.
Yeah.
So
I can see that.
They did have a little bit of freezer burn. But thank you for the feedback.
Well, no, I just figured because we had a discussion about the last one, like,
Yes.
so I should probably say no, these are better.
Yes. Don't worry, we have more shrimp that I can turn into spring rolls at some point.
Okay.
There we go. There we go. Quick little dance to warm up. I don't know why I really like that song, but anytime that it's on random and it plays, I do have the urge to just dance with it. Alright, but now, let's go ahead and get back to the game. Since I did have that little bit of a break, feel a little bit more energized, my hands are nice and cleaned off. And since I was able to cook some food for the roommate and her niece, don't have to worry about taking a break again for the next couple of hours. So you folks will be able to hang out with me for hopefully quite a bit more. Longer. Blah, blah, blah. Words. I can word, I swear. I'm a streamer. I know how to stream and word things. Alright, so let's go ahead and see if this is... Okay, there we go. Music is still going on the game. Oops. And it doesn't have priority. That's why the pause button isn't working. There we go. Oh, I can't jump over that. Fair enough. There I go, being a silly. So, I got the medicine for Yona. Hopefully that will help out with her sickness. Oops. Here we go. Going back inside our home. We had one medicinal herb that was down there. So hopefully we can give that and the other ones that we picked up.
How'd it go today? Anything exciting happen?
I did a quick little pole dance to a sort of swingy song.
'Cause I just stayed here all day like you told me to. I tried reading books, but I finished all of them. So if you have any fun stories, you should tell me.
Well, Popola told me about a legendary flower called a lunar tear. Have you heard of it?
That's right, the lunar tear. That's the flower that I have on the headband or the hairband? I'm not quite sure what to call it.
That's a silly name.
I guess. But people say finding one will make you rich beyond your wildest dreams. If I ever found one, I'd buy you so many cookies your stomach would hurt.
Could a lunar tear make me better?
Sure. With that kind of money, we could buy the best medicine around. The kind that'll cure anything. Yona?
It's nothing. Good night.
The next morning.
Okay, I'm off to Popolis. See you later. And please stay out of trouble today, okay?
Okay.
So no following me to the library, or hopefully no running out to random places to get hurt. And don't touch any crazy books, because we remember what happened last time. Well, do we remember what happened last time? Did anything happen last time? I don't know. So... Aw. Let's go visit Popolo. Let's just go up the side this time instead of the front ways that we went last time, the sort of more roundabout way. February 4th. I'm gonna learn to make awesome food for Poltrixie. I better start working on a new recipes. So today I ended up making some pot stickers, basically just some gyoza I fried up in the pan, and then I made some shrimp as well, used sort of a teriyaki-esque sauce on those, just to give them something to munch on while I'm streaming. So that was what I threw together during the quick little break that we had.
Hey, Popola. Need a hand with anything?
I do have something, but I don't know. It's going to be a bit of an ordeal.
Uh-oh.
I'm sure I can handle it.
Aren't you confident? Well, you know the little wooden bridge out in the northern plains, right?
The one where the pillars all rotted out?
Exactly. We had a team of carpenters working on it, but they were attacked by shades.
Wait, really? But it's so sunny there.
Yes, I know. Apparently it was overcast that day, and the shades caught them off guard. One of the carpenters was seriously injured, but they can't move him so long as the shades are there.
I'll go take him out.
If you're up for it. It could be really dangerous.
I'll be fine, Popola. I've been training every day. I'm as strong as anyone in the village. Heck, I killed a bunch of shades by the village gate just yesterday.
Oh? That's a bit disconcerting. Anyway, are you sure you want to take this job?
Yep, I got this.
Similar to me, Nier over here does pretty much anything to get money, so he'll take on any job and I'll take on any random choreo or request. Well, pretty much any. I do have my limits. So let's go back up to the northern gate. Today, Popula sent me a new book about a... Oh, okay. We already read that one. But no sad trees. So we need to clear out the shades over by the bridge so that the workers are going to be able to finish it, and we can hopefully move to a new section. Maybe we'll eventually be able to meet up with the character I'm currently cosplaying as, Kaine. This is my first playthrough, but I am somewhat familiar with the game as well as the deflecting. Press left trigger at the right moment to deflect an enemy's attack and throw it off balance. Then, immediately swing your weapon to unleash a devastating counterattack. Oops. And... woo! There we go.
Okay, that's all of them. That should take care of the shades for a while.
Well, it is overcast, so there might be more coming. It's hard to tell. If they're shades and they're made out of shadow, why are they bleeding blood? Are they secretly sheep? Are we hallucinating and just going around smacking rams and sheep? And from that disgruntled kind of buying, maybe. That'd be like, and I just only recently found this out, Ajax, the Grecian warrior who, was present during the Battle of Troy and wanted to get Achilles' armor, ended up getting basically, sort of mesmerized by one of the gods to think that, a herd of sheep was the entire Greek army, because he said that he was going to fight the entire Greek army, and ended up allegedly, like, butchering them. Oh, working on a new secret recipe. I hope that it's tasty. Though, I mean, it's probably going to be mutton, given that that's the primary food source that's nearby. But they also have vegetables.
You're back!
Hey, Popola.
Did everything go all right? Were you hurt?
I'm fine.
Oh, thank goodness. I was so worried. I felt like I sent you into a really dangerous situation, and if something had...
Popola, look at me. I'm fine.
I know, it's just... I'm just relieved is all. Oh, here. Those carpenters left some money for you.
Wow, thanks.
Go buy something nice for Yona, okay? Oh, speaking of Yona, she came by this afternoon.
What? She was supposed to stay home.
I think it's okay. She just wanted to ask me a question.
About what?
She was asking about the outside world.
You mean outside the village?
Exactly. She seemed excited, too. Poor thing was talking a mile a minute.
She's probably been getting nutty ideas from some book again.
Don't worry. I made sure to remind her she isn't allowed beyond the gates.
Thanks.
But she was worried about you, so you'd better hurry home.
Yeah, I will. Thanks again.
Someone said something. Let's see what they said. Whoops. Oops. Oh, okay, that's fine. Well, no worries. Stream just dropped connection. That's all, Fred. But yeah, things seem to be back up and running now, so I think that it's all okay. But yeah, I lost connection, and I was like, oh no. Hopefully folks didn't get too bored while I was both cooking and... Uh-oh. That's not good.
Yona? Where'd she go? Maybe she's still at the library.
Oops. Oops. Ah! Not what I wanted. There we go. There. There. Aw, thank you, Common. So, welcome to the stream. I am Pole Trixie. I am a certified pole instructor, amateur cosplayer, and lifelong gamer. So you'll see some combination of the three here on stream, such as right now I am playing through, first time playthrough of Nier Replicant. I haven't played on stream, but I have played through Nier Automata. And let's go ahead real quick and switch things up. I am currently cosplaying as Kaine from the game. So this was, for those who may be familiar with Automata but not with Replicant, this was a DLC costume that you could get as 2B. But it is the actual costume that Kaine wears from the first game, Replicant. So this is, and I got the bracers back on, and I'll be able to grip the pole because I did wash my hands. But if you are new to the stream, this is some of the stuff that I end up doing. Basic pole moves such as the tuck and roll spin, which is a level 1 move because you do have full engagement with both arms and at least one leg on the pole. So this is what that looks like. Normally you take it down all the way to the ground. Aw. Thank you, Fred. For that, I will actually show off a move that I've kind of been working on. It's a different entrance into the brass bridge. It is a move that you may have seen me get into from the shoulder mount, but this is an alternate method of getting into that move. Basically, someone was working on a bit of a flip. Micah, one of the owners of the studio that I attend on Monday nights, and she was working on a kneeling flip where you go here and you flip up, you grab with your inside leg, and then you go into a handstand. Instead of going into a handstand, I did the variation of basically going into a brass bridge. So what that's going to look like, and this is a little bit more of a complex move. So technically it is a level 4, but no worries, I have been practicing it and training it for quite a bit as of late. I worked on it Sunday and Monday, so it's not too complicated. But you are going to be in a normal strong arm grip, cup grip on that top hand, and then you're going to flip up and grab with the inside leg. Normally, with the inverts, you grab going around and wrapping around the pole, but this one is a little bit more complex where you're going from the outside and gripping into that brass bridge or brass monkey. And as you can see, I am more in line with the brass monkey, or brass bridge in this case, pose. So then I can bring it down to an elbow stand, take it out into a bow and arrow, and then take it down. Or, if I regrip, bring it down this way. So that is just an alternate entrance into the brass bridge that I've been working on. If I had more grip on the top of my outside leg, in that case, I might have been able to actually pull back up, but cosplay is cosplay, and doing some of these moves is a little bit more complicated when trying to get into various poses. But thank you so much for the bits, Fred. Thank you. And for anyone popping in or lurking, that is some of the basic gist of the things that you can drop bits for. I'm working on making some panels later on tonight, so hopefully we'll have things a little bit more organized for you folks to see, and there is a donation option available. Thank you, Fred. I'm so glad that you just really like hanging out, and hopefully I'll be able to maintain the vibes even if I am wearing cosplay that is a little bit more on the odd side, or that goes there. This goes here. Okay. Maybe? There. Okay. Maybe not the odd side, but definitely the more risque side, so hopefully you folks enjoy the cosplays, but also the sort of informative and wholesome vibes that I try to give off. So thank you, Fred, and let's carry on. And I just try to make sure that, at least if I'm going to be polling in front of the game, we have at least some sort of view going on, so it's just not like looking straight at the ground and it doesn't look as aesthetically pleasing. There goes the chickens. So we're checking the library for our errant sister Yona. And the question is whether or not we're frozen or something for 1400 years, or if this is an example of sort of the cyclical nature of life and life finding a way, and the same stories happening regardless of the time or the people within. Is great. I need to practice so I can sing to Poltrixie when he gets back. Okay, we are looking for Yona.
Doesn't look like she's here. I'd better go ask Popola.
Popola, even though you live here in the office, where's my sister? Looking for my sister.
Hey, Popola, I can't find Yona.
Really?
You have any idea where she might be?
She stopped by earlier today, but that was a while ago.
Did she say anything?
She just asked if I knew where lunar tears grow. She's so cute. I told her how they used to grow around the lost shrine long ago.
Uh-oh.
Why is Yona asking about lunar tears?
It's because we told her about them.
Oh, crap.
What's wrong?
Yesterday, I told her that story about how lunar tears can make you rich.
Oh.
Then we got to talking about how we could use the money to buy medicine to make her better.
You don't think she...
I think that's exactly what she did. I have to go find her. What's the fastest way to the Lost Shrine?
Through the Eastern Gate.
Got it. Thanks.
And because I had
Yona,
some
I
forethought,
have to get to the Eastern Gate.
and because I had a little bit of forethought, I went ahead and got a copy of the map for the eastern section, so hopefully that will come in handy and they don't just give one to us. If they do, darn it, there's $500 that I just gave away. Speedrunning strats. Maybe. Probably not.
What's that?
Uh-oh.
I can't believe this. She really went to the Lost Shrine.
And the guard let her go? That's some poor guarding right there. I'm gonna learn how to make awesome food for Poltrixie. I better start working on a new secret recipe. A blend of 7 spices and herbs. Gonna fry it up real good, and we're gonna have some, whoops. Found some lichen. Some people pronounce it lichen, other people lichen. Originally, I think for a while there I actually pronounced it lichen, so it was kind of an interesting homophone to like a werewolf, like lichens, lycanthro. Ooh, goat. More lichen. So I have had goat like one time before in my life. It was curried goat in a Jamaican restaurant, and I got it mainly because ooh, found some gold ore and a tree branch. I'm gonna make something, maybe not. But I ended up going to a Jamaican restaurant for the first time, and because I had seen the curried goat on an episode of Futurama just burning a hole through the devil, I ended up getting like hot goat curry, and I have to say it was really spicy. Almost at the point of being unpleasant, but it was still tasty goat meat, and uh-oh.
Look at this rock slide. There's no way Yona could have made it past here. Maybe she found some other way in.
Like up here with the stairs and the ladder? Maybe. Run, 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 run. Ooh. I really need to do some more traveling and actually see like some places, obviously not as abandoned and crumbling looking as this, but definitely like some of the older like castles in England, or maybe some of the shrines over in the Middle East, just places that just have like history like this, and just to be able to see those different places Oh, and it looks like if we want to go back, we'll be able to quickly hop over the rock slide that way. But just places with significant, well, maybe not even significant historical value, just places that are old, because, I mean, let's face it, being here in the States, there's a lot of areas in the world that are much older and have more history behind them, so it'd be pretty hard to actually find something with as much atmosphere behind them stateside. So is this the tree that Devla and Popula told Yona the story about? I hope it's a happy tree. Well, I hope it's not too happy, because if it's a happy tree and we become friends with it, we then have the Happy Tree Friends, and, well, if anyone's familiar with that ancient series, well, it's not going to go over so hot for us if we become the Happy Tree Friends. Though, like, 80% of their problems stem from the Moose Lumpy, and just... it's really kind of bad when you're, like, thinking the authority figure really shouldn't have any authority. But, yeah, let's hope that it's a moderately content tree instead of a sad tree, or the happy tree with the Happy Tree Friends. And oh! I can break those. Lost Shrine map. So now I'll be able to actually see that there's a spiral. And I think there was another sort of chest. There we go. Okay. So that's where I came in from. I went around this way, or that way, to get toward... Okay. Oh, medicinal herbs. I think I saw another box somewhere. I thought, huh. It's weird that I can't open it, because it looked like a chest. Okay, so I think that's it for loot. More boxes. More herbs. A lot of herbs, my goodness. I thought that big one would have something nice in it, or significant. Bronze key. Oh, ow.
shades here too? She'll never make it out of here.
Did she even make it in here? That's the real question. Little ones. There we go. Okay. Cleared those. Do we have any loot drops from them? No. Okay. Ooh, boxes. More boxes. Right. Alright, so with this, the kind of funny thing is that similar to some other games, they pretty much start you off with some of the more advanced weapons and techniques that you can use as part of the tutorial, and then they take it away, so it definitely has a feel similar to like Castlevania Symphony of the Night, where Alucard starts out really super powered, and then Death takes all of your weapons away, so you don't have hardly anything to really work with. And did anyone else at any point have issue with that? Because I do know that it was definitely frustrating to start out really super powered, and then unless you really knew how to kind of skip past death with the big toss in Castlevania, you wouldn't really know how to get past that and keep your stuff. Yeah, I've not heard this track before. One-handed sword, Nirvana dagger. Press down on the D-pad to change your equipped weapon. So it's a little bit stronger, heavier weight though. So let's see how long it takes. Okay, it's not too slowed down from the weight. Let's see how it performs though. There we go. There we go there. Alright. And the little guy. They're left behind over here. I'm sorry that I was rude, little buddy. I will kill you soon. So, oh wow, we've got 10 medicinal herbs. Does that mean that we can only hold up to 10? Oh wow. So I've definitely maxed those out. So let's go ahead and heal all the way back to full. Oh, okay, now I'm starting to understand a little bit of the why we need to go through those doors. I was just thinking that I was exploring, but somehow managing to go through and progress. I mean, I was, but I wasn't, but, well, yeah. There we go. And more medicine, my goodness. So it looks like we've got an inventory cap for some of the items at least. And hop over. And hop over. And smash. And slash, slash, slash. All right. And just explore. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that actually kind of goes in line with the other game, Automata, in the series, where you do start out with some of the more advanced weapons, like you've got, instead of just the one sword, you have the two, where you've got the light and heavy sword that you can switch between while doing various attacks as 2B. But then you actually lose it during the prologue, and then you do actually have an unmarked quest where you can go back and get it. So that actually kind of goes... Well, that was obviously mimicking this game rather than the other way around, because this game actually technically came out first compared to Automata, or Automata. Depends on your desire for pronunciation, since technically it's Automata as in automaton, but in the Platinum and Square Enix studio, they pronounced it both ways.
Looks like you can get outside from here.
So do we want to? Obviously, we don't want to drop down. It looks like this is going up. So rather than go there, let's do some more exploring, see if we can find some stuff. There's nothing worse than a sad tree. Oh. Okay. So I think I'm going sort of the exploratory way. I'm not sure though. Is there anything? Doesn't look like there's anything back there. Oh hey, boxes. Lots and lots of boxes. So let's... Are all full up. No stuff. It's a shame. If anyone's seen my playthrough of Resident Evil 8, I like having stuff, so where's my stuff? I need more stuff. Give me my stuff. Okay. So I guess we'll go with the progression route and continue forward, because that was... I wouldn't say a waste, because it's good to know that there are boxes there. If boxes respawn and refill, it's good to know that they are going to be available there. After jumping with A, press A again while airborne to perform a second mid-air jump. Or, in some instances, the X button twice. So if I were to go down that way, doesn't look like... Well, there might be some stuff. Interesting. Just mentally exploring through here. I don't see any boxes, though. And just run along. Uh-oh. We are in this giant shrine. Now because we were in an abandoned building at the beginning in the sort of prologue section, like an abandoned, like modern-esque building, similar to like maybe a mall or something. I'm curious as to... anecdotal wood. Interesting. I'm curious if this... Well, there's rebar here. So, it's called an ancient shrine, but was this something else? Maybe an office building? It's really hard to tell whether or not time went back or forward in the 1400 years that we were asleep or dead or whatever. Or maybe we were alive, but just... It's really hard to tell. So I'm not sure how 1412 years could go by and still we have Pole Trixie or Nier here. And his sister Yona. Okay, we can move the box. That's good. So we can drag it that way. See if there's any good stuff. There's not. Okay. Push the box to the drag point because it's showing that we may have to do that because of the obvious drag marks. Drag it back.
That ladder's broken. I could probably get up there if I had something to stand on.
Moving boxes. Stand next to a movable box, then hold, circle, and move your character toward or away from the box to push it or pull it. Move boxes as needed to create a path forward. Moving the boxes, very similar to like the Resident Evil mechanics. Moving boxes, except they don't have a jump. Huh. Well, with games like this, as you can see, let's use sort of the rough pixel kind of height as a gauge. So head goes to about there, height-wise, and jump. Yeah, we can jump over twice our height, so jumping mechanics in games, unfortunately, aren't exactly realistic, but I was just thinking, hey, there's no jump button in Resident Evil. That's a shame. But unless Chris Redfield is doing leg day the same way that he does arm day, I don't really foresee any of the characters being able to jump that high. Well, they do have sort of the quick time jump, like jumping out of a window, rolling away, but not like an active, you're moving along with the villagers or the enemies, and then you just jump, and you jump over them, or you jump. Okay. Looks like I'm gonna have to drop down. And down. So, I'm not sure if anyone has ever had the opportunity to climb a ladder that's of significant height to be able to do sort of this weird little slide move. But because I grew up in the 90s and saw The Matrix a bunch of times, as well as playing games where you slide down ladders like this, I actually tried it out when I had the opportunity. It's fun. It's scary, though. So you just kind of slide down, and obviously you stop yourself and catch yourself. Maybe that's why I like pole, because, I mean, you can do similar moves to that, like the various types of drops. So, sort of in a similar fashion, I'll kind of climb up and then do a drop. So this lone patch of... let's see here. What's a good angle for the pole for me to do a... not a full drop, but just a quick little sort of stagger drop. Okay, there we go. So with the various drops, obviously you're going to want to do them from a climb. One of the drops that a lot of people do is called the nose breaker. Since I don't have as much height compared to some folks, I won't be able to do that. And also with the cosplay on, specifically with the well, I might be able to. If I can get into a basic invert, just as it's going to be an interesting looking drop. But I should probably just go for sort of a sad girl drop. And if you notice, even though I do have the sort of stocking on right now for the cosplay, I should be able to at least climb a little bit using partly the back leg, but also squeezing with both thighs, or both knees. So climbing can be done in multiple ways. When working on level 1 moves, the most advanced climbing technique that you're going to be starting out with is going to be the skater pose, which normally you'll want to start with the forearm hold and bracing that way, and just lift up. So the sad girl drop is going to look like this. Get into the sad girl pose, but this isn't a level 1 move per se. This is more of level 2. You're in a sad girl, and then you just release, and you drop down that way. So from a significant height, like the actual official pole height of 10 to 12 feet in the air, dropping all the way down from the top of the pole down in that pose. One, it causes a lot of squeaky sounds from the grip on your leg, so it's definitely going to get a lot of attention with the sound, but also because of the nature of the dropping from a tall height, it looks very, very, very impressive. However, because you are still wrapped around the pole like that, you are still able to safely get into that move and perform it without being too at risk. And again, drops like that look really super impressive, especially when done at actual height. All right. And go here. And it looks like we are going to climb up the other way that... or not. Let's see here. So that seems to be the goal. Let's see if going up this way leads to any significant loot. Jumping up a ladder like that I would definitely not recommend because it is quite taxing, and it looks like that's going to be the easy way to the exit after we get there. So, going to just slide back down. Again, similar to the drop that I just did, where it looks a lot more impressive, but you are maintaining your grip on the side of the ladder. They came to see Yona, and they sang her a song.
Yona! What is it with these things? I don't have time for this. I have to save Yona!
Uh-oh.
Give her back! Get out of my way! Give my sister back!
Oh, sorry about that. Not sure what happened with the connection, but looks like I am back. Sorry about that, Fred.
Then move! Yona!
By the heavens, I have never been treated in such a manner. I am a being of incalculable importance, and yet you approach me as a common cockroach.
Yona, say something! Yona! Yona!
This is why I loathe dealing with people. Now see here, I admire your pluck. One young man going it alone against impossible odds.
Come on, Yona!
But you stand in the presence of ancient wisdom. I will grant you one final chance. Bow your head and accept my power, or go it alone and fail.
Fine. Main menu is updated.
There. So how do we save Yona?
Combos. Okay.
Once I destroy these shades, the magic barrier preventing your passage should simply disappear.
You can really do that?
I am Grimoire Vice. My very name brings kingdoms to their knees.
Then do it already, Vice!
You will refer to me by my full and proper name.
They just keep coming!
You should not have turned your blades on me, foul creatures. With a single word, I, Grimoire Vice, shatter the very universe itself. Now, prepare to... Oh dear.
Oh dear?
It seems that the frantic bludgeoning you gave me earlier has caused my memory to escape me.
Are you for real? You are not nearly as helpful as you claim to be!
Ooh. Dark Blast. Alright, so now... Whee!
Did you just suck the blood out of those things? Okay.
Sound and power.
You
So,
alright, Vice? Hang in there.
would seem I can regain my powers by defeating these monsters.
Sound and power and whatnot.
Magic?
Makes me think of the hiss in the game Control.
Hold on, Yona. I'm coming.
Although,
Is that all of them?
another game that has sound and music as power is going to be the prequel to this, as well as the entire Drakengard or Dragon Dragoon series, Drakengard 3, which I actually do have for the PS3. I just don't happen to have a capture card to play the game, so won't be able to.
Still, dealing with both of them at once may prove to be a daunting task.
A talking book and moving statues?
Ooh. It. Uh-oh. Gotta be careful so we don't actually, gank our sister. So definitely be mindful of that. We have the Dark Lands. Okay, charged increase. Switching. Oh, okay. So we can switch the. Okay. Okay. Cool.
Pattern of its shots, then finish it off.
I've got my hands full just dodging. Is this more of your power?
It would seem so.
Are you sure you know what you're doing?
And go. Okay, so it looks like I
Now's your chance. Attack with all your might.
don't have the ability to hit this guy with all of that. Okay, there we go. Cool. Alright. And now we can get the other one, maybe. Right, and... Oh, what the heck? Oh, wow.
They are not but a horde of faceless minions. Swat them aside. Focus on the small ones first. One to go. Keep your guard up.
And... Darn it. Okay. Real quick. Heal. Whoop.
That statue does not look happy.
Anger is but a form of negative energy. Nothing to fear.
Well, of course it's not happy. We just kind of, got rid of its twin.
This one excels at close combat. Keep your distance.
Time to strike from afar then.
There we go. So yeah, I actually do have Drakengard 3, but I don't have the ability to play it on stream because I don't have a proper capture card for that. But in the meantime, I'll be able to play these PC games and do the poll stuff. So we'll have fun with that here like this. Unless someone wants to help out with that, but I mean, I don't expect anyone to actually do that. But eventually I'll get things set up. I won't necessarily have a wish list set up because people would then be able to kind of see where things are going with my Amazon until I get like a P.O. box set up or something. However,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I just wanted to help.
The panels I'm working on tonight should be good for setting things up with
I'm the one who's sorry. You must have been scared out of your mind. Are you okay?
Let me real quick change up the view because I forgot to do that. I swear I know what I'm doing when I'm streaming.
Perhaps we'd best depart, hmm?
The shrine's about to collapse. Come on, Yona, let's go!
Oh, so I didn't need to use the alternate route to run away. So that's good. Maybe it's there in case, well, if we come back.
You're faster than I thought.
I tried. I really did. But I couldn't find a lunar tear. And I'm so sorry. I just wanted to make you rich and get rid of this disease. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about... Yona? What's going on?
She has the black scroll.
Yeah.
When did this happen?
The weird coughing started about a month or so ago.
The disease curses the afflicted with strange runic symbols that gradually spread over the entire body. And I fear it is fatal.
Yeah, I know. Oh, Yona.
Come, it's best to let her sleep. Come, it's best.
This is so unfair. Yona hasn't done anything. Why do terrible things keep happening to us?
I would gladly help the lass had I the means to do so.
She's just a little kid. She doesn't deserve this.
Alright, so save complete. Let's go ahead and real quick pop another pose. So today is Tuesday, so mostly been working on level 1, but I have also popped into some of the more advanced poses. Not necessarily because of Fred's generous bit donation, But, well, it wasn't popping into the pose because the level of pose because of the donation, but I did want to sort of show off what I had been doing in the actual studio, which was a variation of the a flip handstand that one of our instructors, Micah, had been doing, um, which was sort of built off of something that another instructor, Hallie, did that was inspired by something that Brittany, one of the other instructors, had been working on as well. But the variation that I'm throwing on it is, instead of just flipping into a handstand, flipping into a brass bridge. Now, one of the other things that I've also been working on is going from a brass monkey pose into the iguana. That is a very advanced move. I'll probably showcase that Trixie. I am a certified pole instructor, amateur cosplayer, and lifelong gamer. I am here to demonstrate the different moves, play video games from time to time as well, and usually when I'm playing a game, I try to make sure that the cosplay that I'm wearing is either a character from the game or within a certain theme, much like last week when I played a little bit of the game Hacknet. I was dressed as Asuka from Neon Genesis Evangelion. She's not a hacker, however, given the sort of sci-fi kind of mecha feel to it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do something with that, or in line with that. Also, again, not hackers per se, but the futuristic kind of look of the characters in the show Gantz. I wore a cosplay from there. So, for anyone that's been here before, I do have a few cosplays that I am currently eyeing that I might end up having as sort of goals for the stream to eventually get. One of them is based on the Gantz cosplay. It is a bunny girl costume that is based off of that. It's the sort of shiny material that I like gravitating towards, but with the little accents, and the bunny ears themselves have the little blue accents to make it more in line with the actual cosplay. So, as you can see, for the gloves that go with the Gantz cosplay with the little blue and gray accents, that is what actually would be on the little bunny ears. They're also accented on the sort of top area and I think along the hips, but that is one of the cosplays that I have been looking at getting eventually. So again, that might end up being sort of a stream goal for us to work toward. Another one that I saw was a 2B swimsuit that looks really, really kind of cute. As well as an Ada Wong swimsuit. Since I do have the Ada Wong red dress from Resident Evil 4, we might eventually go back to sort of my roots of Resident Evil, because I did start out playing Resident Evil Village when I first started streaming, so we might go back and play through that, or play through any of the other Resident Evil games. The move that I've been kind of doing every so often is called an Implant Pirouette. It's different from the wrist roll pirouette because the wrist roll is an outside plant and you were rolling with your toward the pole and your inside arm. With the implant pirouette, it is you're planting with the inside foot. you are putting your inside hand up in a serving tray with the thumb at the pole, as you can see. And then you are simply turning out. Some people also call it an out-turn pirouette. It really depends on the studio that you end up going to. So you can use that as both a move to sort of transition sort of in a way where you're moving from like one spin into a wrist roll pirouette into an implant pirouette to really make it into a more complex move. You can also, however, use the implant pirouette to change directions. So if you're moving one way and you're just going around and around and you're constantly going in one direction but you want to change, you can implant pirouette, serving tray, stop halfway, and change hands. So the implant pirouette can be used to do that. As I'm sure some of you may have seen with my freestyle dancing, sometimes when I'm just going one way, I will implant pirouette, change directions. Mostly for me, in this case, it's to change hands because my right hand ends up getting not as sticky, so I won't be able to continue doing poses and pole moves in an ongoing fashion. So that is the next move, just to kind of show you folks that. And because I did spend a lot of time actually sort of working on getting the hair done for this by actually trimming up the wig, I'll probably end up staying on a little bit longer for you folks, but not too terribly long, just so I can actually do some other things that I want to get done tonight. But in the meantime, I'm just going to kind of dance around and you folks can kind of enjoy that. So let's find something else to vibe to and listen to. Let's go with some dance music. All right. There we go with that little dance break. And that move that I ended off on was a level 4 move called the Brass Monkey. That can be taken again into a Brass Bridge or the Flight Attendant, which is you keep that one hand that is down on the pole and then you lift the other one off. And you make it look really nice with a back arch. But the hand grip said no when I was trying to get into that move, so just decided to not go with that one. Alright. I might actually have some issues here. The actual stream saying that my bitrate's unstable. Or network. Okay. Let's see here. See if I might be able to fix some of the settings so you folks don't end up with things like bad. And I'll be able to change that now, but I think I might be able to switch things up at some point to make it a little bit less wonky. But are there any like bad connections or poor quality or jitteriness or anything like that? Let me go ahead and wave my hands around and see on the monitoring stream, see if things look wonky or anything. So going to continue waving my hands around, see what goes on with this, because I think there might be an issue. Let's even see if it's showing up. So giving it the sort of 20-30 second kind of buffer pause to see if that does anything there. Doesn't look like there's any major quality concerns from what I'm able to see, at least with the stream preview that... Okay. It's really weird that it's saying that my bitrate is terrible. But that is that. Let me go ahead and do another pose, or 3, or just dance around a little bit. There we go. It's a little better feeling. Change the music. Well, Bloiter, I do not. And if I did, unfortunately, because of the nature of that site, I wouldn't be able to say that. Um, Zach, I happen to use Mac. So Mac Cosmetics, I use the water weight NC17 for the foundation, and I use the complementary concealer for that, and I blend it all together with the different on the different places. Thank you, Trom. I am from the United States. Originally, I was born in South Korea, but I moved to the States back when I was like a few months old. I ended up living on Governor's Island in New York for a few years, first couple of years of my life. So even though I eventually moved to the American South, even though I was only 4, I consider myself more of a New Yorker than a Southerner. So you'll sort of hear me, harp on the South. But also being, well, me, I did face a bit of adversity down here in the South. Obviously, it really depends on who you're around rather than where you are for things to sort of give you a bad experience. So there are people up north. Thank you. But yes, I was born in South Korea originally, so that is where I'm from. She, Bloiter. She or they, or them. Thank you, Trom. Thank you, Blottier. So, I do try to instruct a little bit on pole. I do not, Zach. I have been taking pole fitness classes for 2.5 years, and I, last year during COVID, ended up getting certified to instruct, so that is why I am here on Twitch. I'm here to sort of share my love of pole as well as... Aw, thank you, Trom. Share my love of pole as well as instruct a little bit. So I'll be able to sort of talk through the various moves as well as techniques and conditioning for anyone that's curious. Obviously, since I'm not going to be able to be there to show you how to properly get into the moves as well as monitor how you're able to get into them, I won't be able to truly instruct, so these are shown for demonstrative purposes rather than true instruction. So that's why the classes are sort of me showing you the various moves in sort of a level 1, 2, and 3 format. Very similar to the way that our studios are set up with their cards. So today is level 1, sorry. Level 4, yes, I'm just gonna pop up into a... However, I would definitely recommend, you can get started on, aw, thank you. You can get started by pretty much finding a studio and just reaching out to them, seeing if they'd be willing to either let you start taking lessons there, do an intro class. I do know that a lot of studios have passes that they put on the sort of Groupon where you can basically get an intro class for a fraction of the price that they normally cost, and then you'd be able to give the pole a try. So then you'd be able to see about giving it a shot. So level 1 moves are Tuesdays, so today I've been kind of going over the basic moves like the roundabout, the pirouette, the implant pirouette, and the fireman spin. Oh, thank you, Tron. So I've just been kind of dancing around a little bit just to see about killing some time. I was playing the game Nier Replicant. Well, Tiku, or Tikru, this is a pole stream. I cover the various pole moves. I am currently in cosplay as Kaine from Nier Replicant. I was playing that game a little bit earlier today. I do try to cover the various moves and breakdown, but I was just dancing around, so that might have been what you saw. Well, if you don't like what you're seeing, you don't have to stay, and if you are going to be rude, you will end up getting the heal. Oops. Thank you, thank you. If you're going to be rude and throw around slurs like that, unfortunately, Tron, you're going to get a bit of a time out. I did happen to get this from Amazon, and then I styled it myself. But again, please refrain from being outright rude and disrespectful. sorry about that. Had to reply to some messages. However, if you folks do like what you're seeing, feel free to drop a follow to start building up pleaser points, because I do perform moves for various point levels as well as different bits as well. But I wanted to see... Again, Bloiter, I do not. If I did, I wouldn't be able to advertise it here. Mainly because it goes against terms of service to promote that sort of content. Even though, again, some of the cosplays I wear are a little bit more on the risque side. I try to be mindful and keep it within the pool section, as you can see. Oh, no, I am not against it at all. I just know that the platform itself, Twitch, is against that particular service. So if you do continue asking, however, it is going to get things flagged, so I will actually ask you to stop mentioning it, please. Let's see here. Let me change the music up a little bit, because this is just a sleepy, sleepy song. It isn't too personal of a question. I just might not have a good estimate. But a couple hundred, I think. I do want to upgrade at some point to, because they are in need of a little bit of TLC and repair. But I also want to get it where it's more of a flat, even down the torso rather than the way that it's currently set up, because I do have a few, like I said, nicks and bumps. It is not. But it's pretty darn convincing, wouldn't you say? Grip my hands. Especially with the cleavage, because it's a nice even line down. But let me go ahead and fix this up. And you'll probably see me every so often get a cloth out, wipe the pole down, as well as kind of rub my hands together. It is not lotion that I'm applying, it is a grip aid. It is called Dry Hands. It is for maintaining grip, so I can actually do tricks kind of like this. Oops! My hand decided to slip last minute. So, do I have... One moment, folks. I will be right back. I do have to wash my hands, so I'll be right back. One moment, Bloiter, just so I can actually do my best move. I will be washing my hands. No, I'll be right back. You'll even be able to hear me talking over the microphone, but I do need to wash my hands. So... the reason why I have to wash my hands every so often is because when the grip aid builds up, instead of actually helping me grip things, it makes it where I'm actually a little bit more slippery, because Dry Hands is a grip aid that has antiperspirant qualities, so it keeps my hands dry, but on the flip side, if they get too dry, if anyone's familiar with hands or appendages getting ashy, it basically equates to that, where there's absolutely no grip because of the, in this case, the sort of chalk-like material that's suspended in dry hands. Other times, obviously, it's going to be dead skin that is actually kind of flaking off, with some of the other instances of someone being like ashy, like I said. So my hands are washed off, so I should be able to at the very least do a more impressive move for you folks to see. So I've actually got 2 moves, and Blitter, because you have requested it, I would ask that you please drop a follow. Hello, Spox, and hello, Hazen. Sorry for the little bit of a delay. However, here I am, and welcome back. So, yes, if you drop a follow and you accumulate pleaser points, you will be able to eventually request different moves within certain categories. The levels will be from level 1, which is the basic spin. Level 2 would be more of a chair spin. Level 3 would be something with an invert. Level 4, and I do need to raise the bar on the actual point accumulation and the bit cost, because these are a lot more advanced moves, but level 4 are going to be the more complicated moves, such as the Handspring Aisha, which is one of the more impressive looking moves, but it's not my favorite move that's within the level 4. Well, in regard to that, I like everyone, so I am basically, I guess, open to all takers, so to say, rather than just being a catcher, as it were. However, this is going to be the more impressive looking moves, so let me... So that's kind of in the way, but not really. I'm Trixie. I am a lady. One moment. All right. That is the Aisha Handspring. A gentleman never asks and a lady never tells. However, for one of the moves that I kind of prefer to do, mainly because it's one of the ones that I'm currently working on, is going to be the brass bridge. Although I've actually nailed it, and it's easy for me to actually get into. So what the brass bridge is going to look like, and I'm going to do an alternate entrance into it, is this. And if anyone else wants to drop a follow, accumulate some pleaser points, or be a generous donator via bits, you're more than welcome to. It is not required, however, if you do have requests for different moves after this demonstration of the more advanced ones, I please welcome you all to drop a follow, build up the pleaser points, or again, utilize the bit menu. So, this is an alternate entrance into the... I'm sorry, I'm not sure what you're trying to say, Baricha. However, this is me entering into the brass bridge. I'm not sure, Fred. They're troubled, I guess? not sure what Trom is trying to say. But again, if you notice, there is a request for you folks to speak English, please. Mainly because I, unfortunately, am not that worldly, so I don't speak all of those languages that you're speaking. But yes, that is a brief little venture into the pole world to show you all what I am all about. It is the pool that's actually out by my apartment, so it's not mine, but it is available for me to use. The pole world is really all-inclusive, so we do try to welcome anyone of any size, shape, preference, or even appearance. So if someone, say, like even like a 450-pound like hulking linebacker wanted to try out pole, we'd absolutely let them, because I mean, if they have the interest and they want to actually learn some of the moves, I'd be more than willing to instruct them on getting into the various poses. And also with the males, they have the advantage of a much stronger upper body to be able to do some of the more impressive moves, such as the various inverts as well as climbing, so they can just kind of hop on up almost like a spider monkey. The ladies obviously will need to have a little bit more training with building up that upper body strength, but they have a lot more flexibility as well as lower body strength for being able to do some of the climbing if you're using the legs properly or the various holds. I have not. I think honestly, if I did, I'd be able to probably do a lot more moves than some of the higher paid dancers there. But really, it's a matter of clientele. So being here in the part of the world where I am, it might not be as they might not be as willing to pay for my time and company. But yeah, that... Again, originally I was born on the mean streets of Seoul, South Korea, but then I grew up in New York. Well, grew up is a loose term. Spent the first 3 years of my life in New York, but I definitely consider myself more of a New Yorker than someone from down south. Let's see here. So one of the level 3 moves that you may end up seeing is going to be the basic invert, which can be used to go into various other moves. So I'll go ahead and sort of demonstrate that, so you folks will have something to work with idea-wise. But that is a demonstration of a level 3 move, since I've kind of gone over the various levels just for folks who are new and curious to the stream. I am Pole Trixie, certified pole instructor, amateur cosplayer, lifelong gamer, and I learned at several studios. I've been training for 2.5 years, and last year during the Rona, I actually did get certified to instruct through the studio that I mainly attended. And then there was a secondary studio that opened up. I just kind of migrate between the two, just because it's easy to kind of do that. I'm about the same distance from them both, so it's not like one's preferable to the other. So I go there and learn the various moves and work on my instruction ability to be able to sort of break down the moves, talk people through them in the studio setting as well. So I'm not just coming in here saying, oh, I know how to pole, so I know how to instruct. I actually am certified to teach, and I do regularly coach people on how to perform different moves, so I'll be able to like break down if someone were to do an invert and end up where they're not kicking up properly, like if they are just jumping into it, I'd be able to make a correction for that. What that would look like would be if you watch my shoulders and back when I'm trying to jump into it versus sort of lifting into it, there is a distinct difference. You don't want to ever end up jumping where you're causing a huge amount of sudden drop and strain on your shoulders. So what that would look like is this. So if you noticed with my back dropping back like that, it will potentially cause a lot of damage. So when actually kicking up into the move, you will want to make sure that you are properly engaged first and simply moving your lower half to above your hand. So that looks like this. If you noticed, it was much less of a dramatic difference between the height of my shoulders when they started versus leaning back into it. And to get a much more proper invert technique, you're going to have the students look back so they can actually fully extend into the invert. So that looks like this. So if I can see you in the camera, I'm looking back far enough to be able to get my knees above my hands so I can actually hook and engage and safely reach instead of basically binding my hands with the legs. So you'll notice if I don't look back all the way, or if I just kind of stop partway up and I'm still looking up at the pole, a lot of early polers will do that. I am 35, almost 36 years young, but you'll notice that I will be catching my hands with my knees, so I won't be able to pull them out if I want to go into a more advanced pose. And this is a result of me not looking back and my knees not ending up above where my hands are. So, improper technique looks like this. So as you can see, I am caught right here on my hands where my knees need to engage the pole so I don't slide off into oblivion. Thank you, Charizard. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for the raid. Is that code for something, or do you just like feet? So I'm not really sure if you'd like my feet, because I mean they are, size 10. And welcome, Raiders. Welcome, welcome. I am Pole Trixie, certified pole instructor, amateur cosplayer, and lifelong gamer. I am a pole streamer or fitness streamer because of the type of outfits that we do need to wear to be able to grip the pole. It is more appropriate to be in the pool section, and as you can tell from my cosplays, I do tend to need a lot more skin exposure so I'm able to grip onto the pole. So I'm going to real quick disappear for just a moment, but I will be immediately back pretty much. I am just going to get the cosplay part of the cosplay off, so you'll be able to see what a standard pole outfit looks like, because I am actually wearing a pole outfit underneath this cosplay, so you'll be able to see what we normally work with in the studio. So you'll be able to understand why exactly I hang out in the pool section to be able to grip onto the pole appropriately. There we go there. Right. Yeah. There we go. Ish. And okay, that is it. Yes, no, maybe. Okay, and I do want to make sure that this is okay. Sorry, I'm slow. Right. Okay, so sorry about that, folks, but I am back. This is what a standard pole outfit will look like, particularly within sort of the more advanced levels. So you'll see that I do need to have my midriff exposed, as well as the tops of my thighs and my bum a little bit more open, so I can hold the different poses. One pose where you absolutely need to have upper thigh exposure, so you can't be wearing bicycle shorts, is going to be called the Apprentice. It's a level 3 move. So, just like this. That can be taken into a butterfly pose, but if you are curious about why I need side grip, so different moves like the inside leg hang need enough grip here to be able to stick and hang in it. So what that looks like is this. You'll see that this is the inside leg, and this is what I'm basically going to be hanging from. So this is what that pose looks like. Again, this is more of a level 3 move. So as you can tell, this pole is right here in my side, so I do need the exposed skin to be able to stick and grip to it. And for some of the sits, I do need the booty meat exposed so I can grip onto the pole. So for anyone new from Drunk Charizard, thank you for popping by and raiding. Hopefully you have a little bit more of an understanding of pole and what I do. Darn it.
Fun times we had, I'll never forget. We will always share
I am going to, real quick, check something out. What was I going to do? Darn it. I had a thought. Right. Real quick, going to wash my hands. I will be right back. Alright, sorry about that, folks. Just had to wash my hands real quick, so decided to take a quick momentary break. Also took the bracers off so I can actually be able to use my forearm grip for some of the different moves. So, how is everyone doing this evening? Hopefully you all are doing well. And again, thank you, Charizard, for raiding. And anyone that is sticking around from there, welcome, welcome. And let's go ahead and change up the music a little bit. Well, folks, I am pretty tired out, so I am going to be popping out. Thank you all so much for coming by and hanging out with me today. I think we're probably going to raid someone, so let's go ahead and find someone to jump in and say hey to. Check something out here. Sure thing, Fred. Thank you so much for hanging out. And let's go ahead and invade Carly's stream and see if we can influence her shopping choices, because it looks like she is getting ready for Taco Tuesday.
Ever IRL stream? I'm at the grocery store because I'm making tacos, but I forgot a shit ton of ingredients, so here I am. I've never done this before, so I'm so sorry. It's shitty quality. The real question, what kind of queso do I get? I'm thinking maybe like salsa con queso, the white one, or like Monterey Jack, or this is like the same thing. You know what? I think we're gonna go with this one. Oh shit, this isn't your kitchen. Thought we might invade and influence your taco choices. Yes, Trixie, definitely. Everybody can influence my taco choices. I'm at the grocery store, so it's the perfect time. Okay, yeah, I'm getting this one. I'm getting this one, thank you. I have salsa at home. Okay, what else do I need? Make it quick before she reaches the checkout. Yeah, I'm close to checkout. I haven't even gotten my tequila yet. Okay, what else did I need? I'm forgetting something. I need the tequila. Sour cream. I literally came here for sour cream. People are staring at me. Taco queso with rolled chilies. Oh, yum. Did I just backseat shopping? All the backseat shopping. I love it. I love to see it.